What does it mean to eat normally again? As someone who struggled with very restrictive eating and many years of binge eating, I got lost in what it meant to eat normally again. Hi, welcome to the I'm Bringing Healthy Back podcast. I'm Rachel. Thank you for joining me today. And today I just want to talk about what does it mean to eat normally. And I don't know where you are, what stage of your journey you are in when it comes to healing your relationship with food. Are you struggling with knowing what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, or are you struggling with disordered eating? And I just want you to know that I've been there. And I've gone through the storm and I've come out on the other side. And do I still question, is what I'm doing normal? Sometimes, but I judge myself a lot less. And so we're just going to talk about all the things. So to start, you are where you are. We cannot go back to the past. And you may look back before you saw that you were struggling with your relationship with food and be like, why can't I get back to that? So it's just thinking, what did my life used to look like? You may also be thinking, I can't even go back to that because I'll gain weight back. I want you to know that hope is not lost. And maybe you don't want to go back to how you ate before you realized that you were struggling. Maybe how you were eating back then wasn't good either. So how do we relearn how to eat well? This is its own new journey and it can seem scary or maybe intimidating, but the only way out is through. Along the way, you will learn more about yourself and you will get stronger. And I just want to give this disclaimer, I am not an expert on anything, but we know intuitively a lot of things about our body. We know a lot of what is good and what is not good. And I encourage you to reach out to an expert, someone who has studied maybe nutrition or worked with people who are struggling with their relationship with food if you feel that you want more in-depth assistance. But this is just my thoughts, my opinions, and kind of what I've learned through going through my own battles. So for me, what is normal eating? And I like to use the example of how would you feed a toddler? You would focus on feeding them when they're hungry. You think of a toddler that you love and you don't want them to be hungry. You want to feed them a balanced, varied diet, making sure they get a lot of nutrients from different foods. And of course, you want to allow them the occasional treat because life is also meant to be enjoyed. Food is meant to be enjoyed. So these things may challenge you, and it should. That is where we grow. We grow where we are challenged. One thing we want to do is break all of those self-imposed food rules. Times you can eat, how often you can eat, foods that are going to make you fat, foods that are safe foods, foods that you can't eat past a certain time, foods that you can only eat on certain days. All of that needs to be thrown out the window because there is freedom in our normal eating. When you dream of your future normal self, what do you imagine allowing yourself to eat? The answer should be everything. We also need to break the mindset of and the focus on weight, losing weight. If you're trying to focus on healing your relationship with food at the same time as trying to lose weight, those two things are going to butt up against one another. And along your journey of healing your relationship with food, there's a very good chance that your weight will fluctuate, and that's not a bad thing. Your weight does not determine your value. You are allowed to gain and lose weight, and you may have this ideal image of yourself in your head, ideal goal weight, and that's okay, but I don't want you to focus on that right now. I don't want you to focus on your weight while you're trying to heal your relationship with food because your weight may fluctuate. It may go up and down, and that's okay. That may be scary. You may not like that, but what is more important? You having a healthy mind and loving your body throughout the process. That doesn't mean you're going to stay where you're at. But can you love yourself throughout the journey? Throw your scale out if you need to. We also need to give ourselves grace and time. You will struggle. It will be a struggle. This is a fight. This is a fight to win back your healthy mind and your healthy body. So you will struggle, and that's okay. We fall down, but we get back up each time. You'll find new foods and eating frequencies and portion sizes that work for you and your lifestyle. We're going to remember that overeating occasionally is normal. Don't beat yourself up about it. It's part of the process. Maybe you eat every few hours when you're not used to eating that frequently. Maybe you eat cereal for dinner some nights. Listen to your hunger cues and your cravings, but also don't forget to focus on nutrients. And that may seem like a lot, like you can do this and you can do this, but make sure you do this. And the thing is, there are no strict rules. Normal is different for everyone. So I go back to feed your toddler. Feed little you. When they're hungry, feed them. Make sure they're getting a balanced diet and be sure that they get the occasional treat because food and life is meant to be enjoyed. That is my thought on what eating normal is. And like I said, give yourself a lot of time, a lot of grace, experiment, find things that work for you, and don't give up. The only time you lose is if you give up. And so I hope this episode was encouraging for you, especially if you've just been asking, what even is normal eating? Again, this is the I'm Bringing Healthy Back podcast. If you are on your journey of healing your relationship with food and your body, I encourage you to subscribe or follow if you're on YouTube or if you're listening on podcast. I'll pop another episode right here on screen or down below in the show notes for you guys to watch or listen to after this episode. And I just want to thank you for being here today.